Hey guys, Delt here. When you load up into the ice caves, is this happening to you? This map is definitely difficult due to how the mobs fight and the mob density. You can walk into a room expecting to fight 1 or 2 kobolds and then end up fighting 10 back to back. Well, in this video, I'll be showing all of the different attacks that the mobs do and how you can dodge and or block some of them. I hope this helps. Let's start off with the death bats. These are seen on all 3 different maps and they're honestly not too bad. All you really need to do is wherever they line up from you, you want to get out of a straight line from them. This just means walking left and right. You also know that they're about to charge at you when their eyes turn from green to yellow. If you have a shield and you don't really have space to move, or you just don't feel like moving, you could always just put your shield up. As soon as you don't see them, they're just going to run into your shield. Just be careful because sometimes they'll go behind you when you do that, and it could end up messing you up more than helping you. And then we're going to move on to mummies. Again, these are one of the easier mobs, and they're on all 3 maps. They only have 2 attacks. The first is a little hand slap. They try to slap you. I don't know what else to say about that. And the other one is they charge up a little walk forward with a double hand slap. With the original hand slap, just like the single-handed one, you can just back up from it. It has no range, and you should be fine to just walk away. With the 2-handed one, you could also just walk away in normals, but when they start to turn into the red or nightmare mummies, you're gonna want to move left and right. They go in a straight line, so as long as you move left and right, you shouldn't get hit. Moving on to the kobolds. There's basically only 2 variants. It's melee and ranged. Yes, some of the melees have shields, some don't, but they basically just do the same thing, so I'm just going to include all of them into this. They have 2 overhand attacks. One is very short range. You just back up a tiny bit. The other one, they move forward a few steps, and then they attack you. With that one, you just back up further. For the ranged or archer kobolds, you literally just strafe left and right. They'll only shoot you once. The nightmare variants, so the black kobolds, have a chance to shoot you 3 times, but these aren't bad. You just dodge 1 and you're good. I'm leaving this up because I'm letting the archer kobold in the back shoot the one in the front. That's something you could do, but I'm also doing it so he will go into his little dancing phase. Every single kobold has a little like enraged dance. When they do that, they are pulling all of the kobolds in a certain radius to you. So if a kobold ever does that dance, even if you think you're fine, just expect 2 or 3 more to come. It happens every time. Moving on to the skeletons. First, we have this archer skeleton, and he's the same as the kobolds except for 2 things. There's a chance that he will shoot you twice, so just be ready to strafe twice before you attack. And if you get too close to him, he'll change to a melee attack and try to push you away. I just showed how you dodge that there. You walk backwards and then you crouch and look down. I actually messed it up the second time because I'm honestly not used to doing that. Most of the classes that I play have shields or ranged, so I either just kill them at a range or I put my shield up like I'm showing here. The sword boy skeletons without a shield have 2 attacks. One is a stab forward like a rapier first swing. The other one goes across his body from your upper right to your lower left on your screen. To dodge the stabs, just back up a tiny bit and then you can move left or right. Teachable moment, I was slightly too close there. When he does his swipe, you're gonna crouch and walk to your forward right. You'll go right under the swing. And then the shield boys have 3 attacks, and the shield boys actually have 4 attacks, but you're just gonna deal with them all the same way. Back up. Just don't be near him. Get 1 or 2 hits in and then back up. One of the attacks only happens when you hit his shield, and that's what I'm showing here. It's his little shield bash. I was trying to get his lunging attack showed and I realized that I was walking into a wall, so I didn't get it and I had to wait to do it again. So that's why this one's a little bit longer. And then we have the new halberdier skeleton. He also has 2 attacks. The first is a stab forward, and the second is again a swipe from your right to your left. It starts high and it ends low. How I've been dodging all of these is you just back up a tiny bit and then you crouch and walk to your right. And the next mob is this little spider thing. I've only actually seen them in this location on this map. They might be in other places, but they are in the ice abyss if you decide to go down there. So I just wanted to show it here. They're really simple mobs. They have no range. They have one jumping attack, but it is basically just the same range as the other ones. So you just back up, hit them a few times, back up, hit them a few times. It's not a big deal. I accidentally put a crossbow in here, and I'm just realizing now that I forgot to show them, but they're the same as the archer, except they don't push you away. So just dodge the first shot and then kill them. Anyway, with the spider, it's really not that big a deal. I don't think that you should be scared of these at all. Harpies, on the other hand, are a bit difficult. Instead of backing up, just strafe either left or right. Their first swing is a little push with their feet, and as long as you're strafing left or right, you should dodge that. Their other attack is a little like frost throw or wind gust frost thing. I don't even really know how to explain it, but it's a little like magical attack. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't figured out how to dodge that yet, but all the classes that I've been using have either killed it before it gets there, or you just put your shield up and you block it. And because that was a very bad harpy kill for me, I decided to do it again, and this one shows that you for sure can block the little gust thing. I also put a crossbowman. This room is awful. And now we have another new mob with Season 3 of Dark and Darker, the Yeti. The Yeti is terrifying. He has a lunge, and he has a mix of 2 attacks. If he's close enough to you, he'll either swing at you once or twice. In this first clip, I don't actually end up killing him, but I do show that it's really easy to dodge him if you just walk around in a circle. I know I messed up once. I eventually just ended up leaving because I had stuff on me that I wanted to give to my bard for quests. And I pulled the crossbowman again, and then I ended up pulling another harpy, and I just didn't want to deal with all that at the same time. As a side note, he only ever does that jumping attack if you're too far from him, so I tried to stop him from doing it here, and then I got myself stuck in a corner. But if you're close enough to him, he'll never do that attack. And here's an actual Yeti kill. It's not the best. I messed up a few times, and I ended up almost dying. But it shows that you can do it this way, and it is possible. I definitely like doing this a lot better with a rapier or an arming sword or any weapon that just attacks faster. The falchion, you can only get 1 swing in, and it's very, very slow. So if you don't move immediately, you're gonna get hit again. All right, and the last two mobs that we have to cover are the frost giants. The first one that I'm going to be showing here is the shield boy. What the shield boy does is he bashes you with his shield, crazy, and he'll either swing it from the left or the right. What you're going to do to fight him is whatever way he swings from, you're going to go to the opposite side of the shield and walk forward through him. It takes him a second to reorient himself because his shield is so heavy, and at that point you can hit him a few times, and you just rinse and repeat this over and over until he's dead. I think I do mess up and get hit once or twice here. If you are hit by this guy, you get sort of like a concussion and you can't see the best. It's not the hugest problem, but that is something else that happens with him. And now, at the very end, we're going to talk about the Frost Giant Berserker. This is the two-handed Frost Giant, and he is a pain in the butt. What I typically do is I'll just crouch walk around him to the left, and for the most part, he doesn't hit me. Every once in a while, he does, but it's not enough for it to ever really be an issue as long as you're bringing heals with you. So that's what I do. If you have a better way to fight this guy, let me know, but this is the best that I've come up with. Alright, and that's going to be it for this video. I am planning to do this at some point with Ruins, Inferno, and the Ice Abyss, but I just figured I'd start with it here because this is an initial map, and it's probably the hardest out of the three Goblin Caves, Crypts, and Ice Caves. So if you enjoyed the video, please just give it a like or a comment, or if you're wanting to see more videos from me, please consider subscribing to the channel. All three of those things really help, and I appreciate each and every one of you who do it. I'm also going to have a link to my community Discord down in the description below. Feel free to click that, come by and say hey. And as always, I hope that each and every one of you have a very great day, and I hope to see y'all next time. Peace.